Choose 2 Ooze.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing a whole lot of slime with Mitotic Ultimus. This is a 9 mana, sort of, card that is an 8/8. It gets discounted based on the highest power creature you control, similar to Skullspore Nexus or the Great Henge, has trample, and when it dies, makes 2 4/4s. That when each of them die, makes... Does it show it here? Well, it should. 2 2/2s, and then 2 1/1s from each of those. Each time, each stage, maintaining 8 power and toughness across the board. Mitotic Ultimus is the perfect card to be sacrificing to cast weird spells, or just swing into your opponents to force them to block, because it's still an 8/8 with trample. This is a great deck because it gets to play huge creatures. If you like big green stuff, if you like cards like Goreclaw, if you like cards that draw you cards based on big creatures like Vaultborn Tyrant, if you like making your creatures even bigger with Soprindel and casting 2 mana Galtas and 2 mana Oozes, this is the deck for you. You ramp, then you play big boys, then you use the big boys to bring out the Ooze, and then you keep on playing these giant green threats until your opponent just can't handle it anymore. So let's take Mitotic Ultimus into the queue and start cruising for an Oozin'. Rocco, Street Chef. If a player plays things from exile, they get a +1/+1 counter and a food and can put it on any of the creatures. And the same thing applies to if I do it, but they're going to be putting cards in exile for both of us to play. I like this Elvish Mystic into Ronus, into, hopefully, Ultimus saying hi. Rocco works with so many things. Any play from exile commander like this or Prosper has so many different choices. Ooh. I'm actually going to go for the Sword Tooth because I have this extra land here. Avacyn's Pilgrim. Kind of a slow start compared to the crazy turn 1 ramp I have here. Am I feeling Ultimus or am I feeling Henge into Ronus? I'm feeling Henge into Ronus. Yep, I was hoping to get another land. I did. I'm at 9 out of the 10 permanents needed for Wayward Swordtooth. And now the Ultimus only costs 3 mana. We can do better. I can make it cost 2. Guide of Souls gains them a life. Nice. And Path to Exile and Vorinclex are the 2 cards being put into exile. I'm gonna go for Vorinclex. You get a +1/+1 counter, but I'm still way bigger than you. These now each tap for 2. We can play additional lands. Ultimus. I could either do that, or I could use Ronus's activated ability. I'll do that. Awesome. What is this, turn 4? Yeah, mono green decks. Look at them go! They're pathing to exile the Vorinclex, tapping the Pilgrim so it doesn't, you know, lock down a land. Path will get me a forest. Swag. I love having lands. Lands are great. They rob the archives, exiling the cards from the top of their library, which they can then cast this turn. Requisition Raid would be able to destroy the Henge. They got a land as well. I don't think they played a land this turn. Did I declare my game changer? They saw it. They got rid of it. Lands, am I right? Yeah, they got lands. And they destroy the Great Henge. But I have a lot of damage. There's There's something I haven't gotten to do yet with this deck that I really want to do, which makes use of the fact that we're sacrificing the Ultimus. I'm going to emerge the Ultimus. It's a shame these don't get haste. But this still feels pretty good. Death Touch, Trample, Indestructible, good game. I'll buff a guy up. More! More! GG, Rocco. Nadu, Winged Wisdom! Nerfed in this format, but still very, very strong. Targeting your creatures, or if I target their creatures, with a spell or ability, will get them lands. Thanks, I hate it. I'm going to start with this Delighted Halfling because this is a green-blue deck, which means it ramps and counters spells. I'm going to use this Green Walker. I'm walking here! Made my Elvish Mystic cost 3 mana. I like having big creatures in this deck. It's what we do. Ooh, Skull Spore would also be fun. Give it a turn. I'll offer you a trade. Paradise Druid for Delighted Halfling. No? Okay, that's fine. I like my 5/5 Elvish Mystic. Bringing out the Ultimus into Skullspore Nexus, and then swing in with the Green Pact, Guild Pact Green Walker. Whatever, it's green. Now, if any of my creatures die, I get big Ooze Fungus Dinosaur Friend. Also, I can use this to double the power of the Ultimus, so it swings in for 16, which happens to be the amount of life they have. A land entering is going to get 2 triggers, one from Bill, one from the Cub, which is going to get them 2 Nadu triggers. They did find a land, so they get more triggers. So Nadu is a 9/10 with Scythecat Cub doubling the counters from this. All right, that's like all fine and dandy. I think I go to combat, and I'm gonna swing in with you, and you. Five Elvish Mystic is sweet. Big. Too big for them. Out of here, Nadu. Lagomos, Hand of Hatred. Lagomos is a sacrifice commander who makes their very own sacrificable, these little 2/1 tokens, and can even tutor if enough things die in a turn. This hand's a little weird because it doesn't have ramp, but it does have something that could be kind of fun. Birthing Ritual. If I can sacrifice my Ooze and get some more Oozes, I can put something else into play, depending on what's in the top cards of my deck. I want to try this. I might even end up sacrificing this little Rachel card here. My human, my beloved. And nope, there were no 1-drops in the top cards. So sacrifice a creature. Yeah, there's nothing I can put in, right? If there's like a Lanor Elf, I could grab it. Chittering Skull Speaker. Nice. It's going to draw them more cards the more that it enters. Playing the Love-Struck Beast, swinging in for 1. Okay, we've got Spinner of Souls. Lanor Loam Speaker. Bridgeworks Battle. Getting the Spinner, I think, would be fine against them especially, but I'm gonna keep the Love Struck here. Just so I can get the Ultimus down more easily. Yeah, the Mitotic Ultimus with the Birthing Ritual can get almost any card from the deck. Not every card, though. Galta technically can't. Because this is, what, 9 mana value? So anything that's 10 or less. Oh, they pushed it. Tragic. And are they then going to exile it? Alright. Ronus. Fancy little 5/5. Alright, it's showing me this, that, the other guys. I'd rather have the 5/5. It's fun that it's just kind of like shuffling around my deck now. Exiling the speaker. I wonder if they have other ways to put counters on this, or if it's just the adaptability. Hey, where's your red mana? Ooh, free skeletons. They can use that to tutor later. And bones! I play the Mitotic Ultimus. This will get them some red mana. I'm gonna swing in for 5, because neither of these can block. This one's sussy, and this one just doesn't know how. Awesome. Ultimus, I think it's gonna be great if I can go wide. Ooh, I'll take the Bramble Armor Brawler, yeah. So I'm gonna sacrifice the Ultimus. Grab the Holla get Brawler. Put this back in the command zone. And now I'll have 2 slimes in play. Slime time. I choose 2 Ooze. And these are each 5 mana value. Which means they could find something that costs 6. Also, if they dare cast a non-creature spell, all those critters in my deck are going to get +1/+1. Hello, yes, this is Brawler. Against the sacrifice deck, because there's usually so many symmetrical sacrifice pieces, like the Marauders, I feel like Mitotic Slime, Mitotic Ultimus are really fun. Lagomos, Hand of Hatred. Going to be making that 2/1 red elemental. And they do have enough if they want to, I don't know, bring out a surprise Lovestruck Beast. I wouldn't be able to attack, though. They have no 5/5s. Sure, I'll block and I'll block. Oh, that one's, I'm sorry. It's sussy. This will get them a tutor in a turn, but I'm fine with that. I could either play the Ultimus again, Uprising. Let's just play the Ultimus. Why not? And because they can make the surprise 5/5 blocker, I'm just going to swing in with the Ronus. Five damage to face. Questing Beast, Hammer Skull. I will sacrifice the Mitotic Slime in order to get the Questing Beast. Because he's the beast at questing. So many friends. So many guys. I'm trying to figure out what's like... Is there a guy inside of the slime here? There's something with a claw coming out. And there's definitely some sort of bones in this one. They're paying 2 mana in order to tutor using the Case of the Stashed Skeleton. I wonder what they'll get. For 3 mana, like... You could get a Toxic Deluge, but I'm still left with 8 power and toughness from this alone. Never mind the Oozes. Even a board wipe, unless it's exiling, really doesn't stop him. GG, Lagomos. Judith, Carnage, Connoisseur, casting spells either lets you get an imp or give the spell Death Touch and Lifelink, which is very good if you're dealing damage to all of your opponent's creatures. I have a little ramp here, very killable ramp. They go first though, so I'm gonna see if I can get something that ramps on turn 1. Failed to do so. This is still fine. Oh, Pinecone, thank you for the sub. Thank you for supporting the stream. I'm gonna play this Bridgeworks battle as a land, because I don't know, I feel like I'm not gonna be doing a very good job fighting Judith. Or her imps. Old Seal Heart. Gotta get to 5 mana for Judith. And I'm gonna play this weird spell. Birthing Ritual. Lets me sacrifice, you know, Mitotic Ultimus or anything else to try to get something else from my deck. As long as it's in the top 7 cards, right? Yep, top 7. Hey, where did John go? Thank you also for the sub. Thank you both for supporting the stream and using your Prime. What you've done is you have taken money out of Jeff Bezos' pockets and put it into my pockets, where it can be used to do things like buy food that I don't find in a dumpster. But the dumpster food is still good. They discarded a sort of a wealth and power and arc lightning. Oh, I guess that's really good. You can distribute the damage one by one. I've got this Trailblazer. I could either plot it or play it. I think would like to plot it and then use it to try to draw next turn, because I can use it to like ramp into Ultimus. But I kind of want to see if I can get something off the ritual here. I got Rex Sage, Gwenna. I am going to do this. It's actually going to give me less creature power. Gwenna is really fun, by the way. But I'm going to go for Rex Sage here to cut off that Cold Steel Heart. If they can't cast their commander, they can't give the spells Death Touch and Lifelink. Have I ever mulliganed to 6 in Brawl? Yeah, it happens often enough. Nylea, not a creature, so I don't get a trigger from the ritual at the end step. Phyrexian Arena, looking for some card draw. Ooh, discounts. Goreclaw. And then Ultimus for 2 mana. Nice. This discounted this, which discounted that, and now we have enough that I can swing in for 5. And I've got 3 different creatures with a maximum of 9 mana value. So let's see what I can get. Ooh, Spinner. Ooh, okay. So they could wipe my board next turn, which is totally fine because of how Ultimus works. But I'm actually going to drop the Ultimus and grab this Spinner. I could have gone for another indestructible creature. I could have gone for something that has more devotion. But this is my... If I were playing Judith, I would be playing with all of the 1-mana spells that deal 1 damage to each of my opponent's creatures. And that lets me go super wide on slimes and draw a whole bunch of cards. Are Aetherdrift Alchemy packs worth it if there are cards from them that you want? Same as buying any other pack. You could get a Mitotic Ultimus in those packs. I don't ever buy packs in Arena, though. I just build my collection by drafting. Alright, Spinner of Souls finds me. Pugnacious Hammer Skull. This Nykthos has loads of extra devotion here. I'm gonna start with the Beast Whisperer. More devotion! I've even got an extra mana here. I can't do anything with that. Ooh, a Titan of Industry. Sacrificing... Wait. You're 5, right? Yeah. Sacrificing this. For the Titan. And I will shield and destroy that. Shielding Beast Whisperer. It's the thing I most want to have alive. And then we get 2 more slimes. Thank you, Ultimus. We have 11 devotion from Nykthos. But again, if they don't have the 1 extra mana, they can't cast the 1 damage to everything. And I think I'm good. GG, Judith. Tatyova, Benthic, Druid. Landfall, draws a card, and gains you a life. It's really strong. I've got ramp here. I like ramping. Even got big boys to ramp into. So I'll use Kami of Bamboo Groves to put an extra forest into play. Whoop. Sweet. 2 forests. If I draw another one, I could go Swordtooth into Rachel, the Heart's Desire. Utopia Sprawl. So they got some turn 1 ramp as well. This will now tap for 2. Looks like they're making it tap for more green. All right. I could go Swordtooth just to play a big boy. I'm instead going to go for Llanowar Loam Speaker and the 1/1. Crucible of Worlds allows them to replay this Prismatic Vista over and over and over. Swordtooth and Loam Speaker. All right, if I Loam Speaker the land, this gets an additional discount of 3. I can't play it this turn, so I'm just going to Holla, get Brawla. That'll double the size of the creatures that I have enter. Lotus Cobra for landfall. This is twice the landfall. So they'll get 3 mana off of 1 land, 2 from the landfall, 1 from the land itself. Soon that'll be drawing them tons of cards and gaining them that life back with Tatyova. And with 4 mana to spend, they could ramp to get even more landfall. Case of the Locked Hothouse, they can now play the Prismatic Vista again, since this lets you play more lands. Lotus Cobra using that land again. They might save it for next turn, though, if they don't have anything to cast off 3. Or if they want to use it for, like, a counter spell. Ooh, Topiary Stomper. Yep. I didn't get another land here, so I'm going to play the Topiary Stomper. It'll become an 8/8. So I can play the Mitotic Ultimus for 2. Didn't get countered. It's actually a 16/16. Very beautiful. And I'll swing in for 6. By the power of the Vista and the Snake with the Case of the Locked Hothouse, they could totally Cyclonic Rift me next turn. I'd like it if they didn't. I would like it if they didn't. They're gonna get so much landfall here. I wonder if they're just gonna get this first landfall, play Tatyova, and draw a bunch of cards. But then I feel like they die to the Ultimus. Well, I guess it depends on what they've got. They could even bounce just 1 thing. With all the extra landfalls, they have enough mana to cast, like, River's Rebuke. They can still wipe my side of the board. Leave me with just the 5 lands I've played. Tatyova draws. They get lands. They get triggers. They play. Oh, they're playing the land from their hand rather than the one from the graveyard. I'm guessing because they only needed 6 mana instead of 7. And they're going to take an extra turn, putting my Mitotic Ultimus back into my hand. And they can even swing for 2 because Topiary Stomper can't block. But they didn't swing for 2. Why didn't you swing for 2? It's free damage. Probably because they were too busy taking, like, game actions to actually attack. I had a Tatyova player, like, 3 games ago that wiped my board, had lethal. I had no creatures, no mana, nothing I could do. all they had to do was attack. But no, they decided that they were going to play about 7 or 8 more spells, which just kind of makes it a boring match. If you have lethal, you should take it. I fully believe in the kill your opponents. Prime time is going to get them some more lands. They can play creatures and lands off the top of their deck since the case is going to be solved. Or they could do it next turn. They didn't solve it last turn. Courtyard gets them triggers, gets them triggers, gets them triggers, gets them triggers, gets them triggers. I'm here to play big boys. You done? You'd never be done. Bugs? Okay. Bugs are cool. How many of them are you gonna make? More than I can handle, probably. Cracking open that, losing a life, and then gaining it right back with Tatyova, making a couple more bugs. Making good use of your extra turn and your big old bouncing. And there's the Rift. Unfortunately, because they have so many more resources than me, with the Ooze, with the Prime Time, I'm not sure if I can catch up here. They have to discard because they have 10 cards in hand, and they haven't found the Reliquary Tower off the Prime Time. Yeah, I can't do that much here. Ta-da! I played a 5-5. I can't attack or block. And then I'm going to concede. Because I don't believe that you'll kill me. With any reasonable amount of speed. They can get lethal this turn. I will tell you this now. You know what? Let's actually see. Can they kill me in under a minute? Starting now. All right, so they've got 1 minute on the clock. They've made a mana off of the Lotus Cobra. They are sacrificing the land to get another landfall trigger. They are tutoring for a card from their deck. It's a forest. That forest allows them to put another +1/+1 counter onto the Primeval Titan. They have enough mana to now double that counter twice, making it so it's not 4 counters, but 8 counters for 16 damage on a single creature. Combine that with the Scoot Swarms, and they have lethal. Will they swing? Are they going to continue to take game actions? They only need to activate Bristly Bill twice, and the game is over. But they continue to take more game actions. They're getting the lands. They're putting them into play. All you have to do is bill! I can't block. You know every card in my hand but one, and it's in green, so you know I can't do anything or I would have already done it. Can you kill me, please? All you need to do is... And your minute's up. Sorry, man. You could have done it in under a minute, but you didn't. They didn't do it. Ridiculous, right? Ridiculous. I think I got a minute right. I just checked my watch and I waited for the minutes to turn over. Upset play-by-play, Amy. Yo, guys, what if I put Fog in my deck? Why would I have Fog in this deck? I'm here to smash. They're almost there. Guys, they're so close. They're so close to killing me. Come on. Mm-hmm. You didn't have to fetch a land that did anything when it entered. You just have to attack. Please. Please. You can activate Bill again with this mana? That's overkill. So close. So close. All right. And they killed me. It just took them an extra however long. Simic, am I right? Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose is part of a 2-card combo that's actually got multiple redundancies, both for Vito in the command zone and for the cards in the deck. This is probably going to be trying to tutor out those pieces and play them. using Vito in combination with Bloodthirsty Conqueror and Exquisite Blood. And if they don't have the Vito, they can use Enduring Tenacity. And well, there's even some 1-drops that do it. And they're going to be doing some life gain to kill me. I guess I could just play Fanatic of Ronus here. I could also consider channeling the Kami of Bamboo Groves to get 2 more lands in hand. I'm hoping I can play a big boy, though, so I can activate this for 4 mana. Yeah, I have very few ways to react to combo decks, because my deck is mono green Stompy. Nice, a Blood Artist. Cool, I got a land here. I can't get you to trigger while still like doing other stuff. So instead, I think Defiler of Vigor is going to be the coolest card I can play here. And I'm going to immediately pay 2 life to grow my creatures and get an extra 1/1 into play. I don't have another land to put into play, but the bigger this is, the less this will cost. Currently, it costs 1 mana and 2 life. Or just 2 mana, but 1 mana and 2 life is more fun. They've got 4 mana. Everything costs 1 less because of the Jet Medallion. Ooh, Silversmote Ghoul. Gaining life lets them bring this back. Bring out this Ultimus. I love Pan Life. Do it. I kind of like Plussin. Because I don't have lethal on the minus because I only have 4 lands. I could also like destroy the Jet Medallion to make it harder for them to kill me. Let's do that. There is no Jet Medallion. A good delicious crunch. A little bit of life gain, a little bit of life gain. And is it time for an Exquisite Blood? Because that would kill me. Epicure of Blood. So Epicure of Blood is a redundancy for Vito. It's kind of the same thing. Whenever they gain life, I lose life. That's what Vito's doing. I like paying life. It's more fun. More! More! My blood shall flow. Eternal. Get him! Swinging for 28 damage. Did I need to pay with life for either of those? No. Do I feel more awesome doing it? Yes. Oh, they're dead. They needed to block more. Rad, GG. Emrakul, the Promised End. It's colorless, it's ramp, it costs a lot of mana, and it gets discounted until it steals your turns. I've got a little bit of ramp, a little bit of removal. I think this is a good hand. I also have anti-counterspell tech, which is great for the 1 counterspell they are probably running. I don't think I need to worry that much about it. Haywire Might is going to come out. It's going to help me exile a piece of ramp from them. Because, you know, they have to pay mana rocks. That's how you ramp in colorless. But for me, my priority is, unless they're playing something that's like ramping for them right now, I want to ramp. I need more mana so I can get more power so I can play big boys and big oozes. Nice dust bowl. We're gonna be doing some land destruction. Spark Hunter Masticore allows you to discard and has protection from planeswalkers. It's fun. Makes you discard as part of the casting though, which is kind of awkward. I'm going to play a little guy and then a big guy. There's another Masticore that we had gotten that's kind of fun. The one that like discards each turn and deals damage to things or kills things. Trying to remember exactly how it works, but it was a neat one. Mystic Forge. That might be worth hitting with the Haywire Might. But first things first. Ooze! Ooze the boss? I'm the boss. I'll get rid of the Mystic Forge. So they can't play things off the top of their deck. And I'll swing in with the Lovestruck Beast. Introduction to Annihilation. That does exile this, so I don't get the extra oozes. That's a shame. I should consider myself happy I haven't had to deal with, like, Tetramos. I think Overlord sounds good here. Get myself a little more land and a big body, so I can discount this a bit more. I'll throw down the Allosaurus Shepherd. And swing in for another 5. They're still pretty far from Emrakul. She costs 11, and they only have 5 mana. Oh, and that just brought them a lot closer because now they have 8. Maybe they'll draw land, bring it to 9. They sure didn't. Okay, I can play Ultimus. Or I think I can just Decimate her for lethal. If I sacrifice that, it costs 3 less, which would use 6. And I'll hit that. Oh, I was right. The Lovestruck Beast can't attack. There was a reason I was like thinking, oh, I should be using the Beast for this. I'll still attack with everything. They go to 5. Oop, it's fine. If you have a Parallel Lives out and Lovestruck Beast, when you use Heart's Desire, does it mean that he's cheating on one of them? No, he's just polyamorous. Lovestruck Beast can have many loves, and if you turn Lovestruck Beast into a 1/1, he loves himself. And we love that for I can't deal damage to them because of the 1 ring. So I guess I'll just blast the Lotus. Destroy. Do the thing. Take them further from Emrakul and win the game. GG, big colorless stuff. Mythweaver Pawk. I believe he's in this deck too. Pawk is going to be doubling up their lands. I need ramp. Because it's going to be a race to the top, maybe to the bottom. And I've got turn 1 ramp, turn 2 ramp. I could also like sacrifice a Lana Elf. I'd rather not though. If this was like a Kami of Bamboo Groves, absolutely would use the Flare on it though. Turn 1, do you ramp too? Llanowar Elves. Mine's prettier. Look, I'm ramping too. Ramp, ramp. Land into play. I have 4 mana. Once they get to 4 mana, they can start duplicating lands. Oh, they're going to be duplicating elves instead. Sure, okay, go wide. Go wide, why don't you? Got 5, which is enough for the Defiler of Vigor. Going to let me use some Phyrexian mana in order to cast my permanents. My nice green spells here. Also growing my other creatures. 4 mana. Another Llanowar Elf. They don't want to play this unprotected. You were correct to do that, because I would have smashed it with Kogla. I'm going to smash instead this Llanowar Elf. So I'm going to pay 2 life. These will grow. Smash the elf that's got the Nantuko on it. And now I can pay 2 life and a green for the Ultimus. And I'll swing in for 8. I've got more mana than you. I've got bigger dudes than you. You can double up your lands and get some more bugs. But 2 of my biggest creatures do have trample. And this Nantuko is an artifact. Sorry, enchantment. I know creature types. So I can swing in and destroy it. Or I could, like, use a Titan. But, I mean, this is free. So I'll do it. I do want to cast this first, paying 2 life so I can attack with more creatures. How about I shield Rhino? And I will shield Elf. So it's like I kind of want this to die because then I go so wide. I put the shield on the elf because it's like the free block they have for Pawk. But everybody else swings in. And it's a load of trampling damage. They go to 1. Now, like, Pawk in this much mana can still cook. Let's see what they got. They play a forest, which gets them a Loris, which gets them an elemental and 2 mana off of this. It could have also been an elf, but it was an elemental. 7 mana. Florahedron, 5 mana. What can you do? Okay. They fought the Titan. Hawk's indestructible. And they're not even waiting until my turn to do Entish Restoration. Because they know they're dead. They're done. And we got a lot of trample damage. GG, Pawk. Another colorless deck, the Aetherspark. If I can get to 3 mana, we can get out Ronus, and then Ultimus, the Overlord. Lots of great cards here. I'd love to have the turn 1 ramp, so I am going to mulligan, though. And now it's just approximately the same hand, but now they can counter my spells. The Aetherspark, my opponent's commander over here, is a Planeswalker artifact equipment. It equips itself with the plus ability, gets more loyalty as the equipped creature deals damage during their turn, and then can get you 10 mana, perfect for casting Ulamogs, or draw you lots of cards. Archback Walker. Oh, and I just noticed they have some speed with the Avishkar Raceway. Nice. I'll name Ooze. And play Ronus the Indomitable. It can't attack or block, but it's still cool. Aetherspark probably attaching itself to the Marketback Walker so it can get more counters and eventually draw them more cards. Ultimus. And I'll just swing in. I can't attack the Aetherspark when it's equipped, so 5 damage to face will suffice. Oh, and we're getting raided! Hello, Ali Eldrazi, and welcome to Choose Your Ooze. It's pretty sweet. Oh, goodness. Forsaken Monument is going to buff all of their creatures. But I have a feeling that they're going to be using this add 10 mana after drawing all these cards in order to cast something nasty from their hand. Forsaken Monument is going to be gaining them life as they cast colorless things, and because this is a this is, you know, looking at all their colorless mana sources here, it will also double their mana essentially next turn. Portal to Phyrexia. Okay, so that's actually not the worst thing. Yes, it destroys my god, but my Mitotic Ultimus dies and gives me 2 beautiful Ooze. I choose 2 Ooze. I can just slam into Aetherspark. I'm trying to decide if I want to Galta, Selvala, and Dish Restoration, because I am a bit behind on lands. It's easy for them to recast this, though. I'm gonna go for Selvala. They can now grab a creature from a graveyard. Even this will survive coming into play because it gets +2/+2. They could get Ronus, they could get the slime. They're going for Ronus. That draws them a card from Selvala. I'm going for Selvala so I can try to Galta into 12 mana. It feels like it'll help me cast a bunch of spells. Cityscape Leveler lets them blast something when it enters. I would hit Selvala. And now we get a Power Stone. I can use that to cast the Great Henge. Pretty good. It can also then, like, attack and destroy the Great Henge, but whatever. God Phyrexians. Yeah. We've all seen them. Are you gonna smash my slime? They have 4 mana. Backclave Relic. Gaining life. Now they have 2 mana. Not using it. Okay. Revenge of the Henge. Big Chunky Galta. I'm so far behind on lands. This is a bummer. Yeah, I'm just gonna enter Restoration here. Portal to Phyrexia lets them grab another critter. I'd go for the Walker, but... Or actually, maybe the Flying. Kind of depends on what you want. Selvala, they want mana. You already have mana. Come put your Aetherspark on the Cityscape Leveler and smash! I guess they have a bit more green now, if they want to use Ronus's ability. Sir Ginger Meal Ender, Forsaken Monument. They do not draw a card because they already have a 10/10 in play. And who do you blow up with the Leveler? The 4/4? Okay. It turns into Ooze tokens. I have to block. So I will block. I'll block the Ronus. But wait. There's more. There's something that they want to do. You want to make a Power Stone? I don't know what they want to do. Runius the Indomitable, putting 6 loyalty onto Aetherspark. And I'm looking through at how I want to try to sequence this turn. Alright, I'm going to Trailblazer. To get myself a mana. for Galta. For 2. I do get to draw. There of the Hydra. And the Trailblazer. Two mana for 2 mana. Mitotic Ultimus. I'll draw. And I have these Power Stones, but nothing really to do with them. So I will pass. Can I survive the attack? They have all the mana in the world. They get to bring back, I guess, Mitotic Slime or Aether Jacket. They can blast something. And they can also give a bunch of additional trample damage using Ronus. And they can, I guess, draw cards here. Congratulations, you got Slime! I do like the fact that this can be discounted down to 2 mana. It's kind of like Galta or Henge, where it's like, if you can get it costing 2, it feels so good. Sir Ginger, Ronus, and the Cityscape level are all coming in. What do you destroy? Do you destroy the Henge, the Galta? Okay, the Galta. These two don't have trample, so I will double block that. They'll just chump block with that kind of ooze. And block like that to destroy the Cityscape leveler. They can remove something from combat. What is it? Oh no, I need to put more in front of that. I didn't notice the Labyrinth of Scophos. I knew that they could give this trample, and I was like trying to think like, oh yeah, how much mana did I have? Because they don't have that many colorless sources. Or sorry, colored sources. No, it's just the Cityscape leveler without this blocking it will kill me. I'll say nice and good game. I didn't notice which tech lands they had. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, they're all colorless. Wait, which colorless ones do you have? I don't know. I don't know why you're doing a Kozilek's command, but okay. You still have lethal. You had lethal before, you have lethal now. And we die. But at least it was a cool death. One with oozes in it. GG. Bristly Bill, Spine Sower. Bristly Bill puts +1/+1 counters when lands happen, and can double the counters on all your creatures. It scales, it's landfall, it's good. It's very aggressive too. I have a really good start here though, because I have ramp into big boys. Well, hopefully the big boys. I don't actually have the big boys in hand, but my deck is chock full of them. There's one. Yeah, I need like the medium-sized big boy so I can get to the big boys. Bristly Bill. The bill approaches. There is an emote, by the way. Somebody in chat was saying that they should have added a "you have lethal." There is something that's like that. There's like a "do you see the line" emote, which is such a like. Do you see it? Are you aware? Are you aware you could end the game? Bill, I'm not that worried about taking 1,000 extra game actions. I played against, what, Flubs and Tatyova today that were just like, hey, you want to see me get more mana? No, you have lethal, kill me. You have 4 extra turns on the stack. Tribute to the World Tree? Nice. That'll be drawing cards or getting additional counters on things. The Questing Beast. I'll just swing in with both. I can play the Ultimus next turn. Ultimus into Skullspore Nexus, I think. Unless I kill the Questing Beast, which I don't think I'd want to. Unless they kill the questing beast. You need to play 150 historic games for Do You See the Line? A lot of historic games. Do you want to trade? I don't want to trade, but maybe they don't know that. They have no reason to know it. If they have a bite spell? Oh, okay. Everything both of us know and love is dead. Oh, cool spider! Now if my creatures die, I get more stuff! Spinner of Souls, if either of these die, will get me the next creature card from the top of my deck, and Skullspore Nexus will get me a big token! Hi, welcome back, Bristly Bill. I have a lot of choices here. Getting kind of flustered. Monkey. Go. Nice. No more Bill. And we win. GG. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. We sure did get to cruise along with the Oozes and play a lot of really big green stuff. This deck is fun. If you like big green stompy things, it's great. You get to play the Ultimus for cheap. You can even sacrifice it. I think the games where I got to use the Birthing Ritual were some of the funniest ones. And it's mono green ramp and like chunkers. This deck actually had started as my Goreclaw deck, and then I turned it into this one, which didn't take that much work. It's also kind of similar to how you would build a Galta deck, but I think with a Galta deck, I would play more mana dorks that have higher power, just because this one's more additive, whereas this one, it's just checking the highest power creature. I have some cards in here that are kind of like janky, and I don't really feel change how we play that much, like Decimator of the Provinces. I'm playing it because we have this extra sacrifice off of the Mitotic Ultimus. Playing something like, I don't know, Craterhoof Behemoth might be a little easier, but it's not as fun with this specific commander. If you're looking for my deck list, it's in the description of the video. I think this one is very fun, so you should definitely try it if you already have all the pieces for big green stompy things. If you'd like to suggest a commander, especially one from Aetherdrift or Alchemy Aetherdrift, please let me know in the comments below. And if you built this deck, let me know what big chunky creatures you were playing. I'm sure I missed some good ones when I was building the deck, but, you know, I can't think of everything. Not when I'm too focused on the Ooze! Somebody had a great idea of putting Biogenic Ooze in here to buff your Oozes even more. Sure, why not? Make it an Ooze deck. You can, so go do it. Let me know how it plays. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a beautiful day!